Hanging out with Tommy Sears as we look at his brand new Bicknell race car. This is a new Generation 2 transmission. Back in the old days, they used to shift between their legs. There were two knobs, two shifters actually. Now there's one hand clutch, of course, as well as how these things work. Tommy Sears is going to show us how the Gen 2 transmission works. Tommy, how we doing, man?
Good, you done?
Good. When did we switch to this? When did this start to come out?
This actually started out, I would say 5-6 years ago, maybe a little sooner than that.
Mm-hmm.
But we've just went over to it the last couple of years, because we waited to weed out all our old stuff.
Okay.
You know, before we updated. But this is so much nicer system.
Well, outside of the obvious, you know, it's a lot easier to shift rather than reaching between your legs to do it. What else are the advantages of a Gen 2 transmission?
Well, I don't know if there's any advantage. Just everything is so easy, and it's right here, and you ain't got to be anything between your legs or nothing to shift and stuff like that. It just makes everything a lot easier.
Move it over just a little bit more so you can see. All right, so let's start. Let's identify everything. What's the hand clutch?
The hand clutch is right here. So you push this to go forward and backward.
Okay. And we still have reverse first and second with the shifter?
Yes. And right now we are neutral right here.
So just like your 4-speed at home, if you can move it side to side, it's in neutral. Okay, so what do we do to start then?
Then you just push it over here, and that's basically first.
Okay.
And then when you're in first, you push the hand clutch, and you get rolling, you get out on the track and stuff. And then you can shift into high.
So we just let go of the clutch?
Let go of the clutch, and then you just shift into high.
And if you've been like at Fulton, for example, you hear them come down the ramp, and you'll hear them actually make that shift. Do they shift in smoother than they used to? Because I remember years ago it was kind of tricky to get it in the high gear.
This thing is so way nicer. You don't even have any trouble with this going in anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer setup.
And where's reverse?
And then when you come off the track, you pull this back.
Mm-hmm. So just throw it into neutral.
And then this is neutral.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is reverse here. And that's to back out of your pits and stuff. And then you got to push the clutch to get going.
Okay.
Again.
All right, so pop it back into high for a second, Tommy.
We go.
So this is the part I got confused in the first time I drove one of these.
You go back into high if you're on the track. Well,
yeah, you might have to turn the drive shaft again, right? Yeah. So we'll do that real quick just so it pops in. There we go. All right, so now it's in high. We pulled off the ramp at Fulton. What do we do?
And as we're coming down, because I stay in high coming off the ramp unless there's traffic in there.
Mm-hmm.
Come down, and then when you get close to your pit area, you just pull it back, and you're basically back in the first gear.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
then,
really in neutral because we haven't engaged the clutch, right?
Right. You just pull it back, and then if you want to get going again, you just push the clutch now, and you're going forward again.
Yeah, because we got to pull into our pits. We often don't have enough momentum to do that, right? Okay. All right, let's say we're coming down the ramp, and all of a sudden, oh no, somebody jams up in front of you and you got to stop. Do you throw it into neutral first, or what do you do?
No, because if you're in high gear, you just pull this back to where it is right now.
Okay.
And that's neutral. And then you're just on your brakes, and you don't have to, you're going to stop.
Okay. And then we repeat the procedure that we did when we got going to pull into our pits at that point.
Yes.
Okay. Are these more reliable than the old ones?
Everything today is more reliable than the old stuff.
Okay. This is a
technology and the parts and everything is a lot more durable.
Okay. What's something like this go for? What's a brand new Bert transmission go for?
People get deals and stuff, but I think this is right around a $2,700 deal. They're a lot more than they used to be, but they're also a lot more durable.
Okay. What was it 10 years ago with the old Gen 1 transmission?
They were probably around $1,300, $1,400.
I would imagine, too, looks lighter, is it?
It's lighter, and it's cable driven instead of having all them shifters and stuff. And
okay.
Which is, it's everything is just a lot nicer and more durable.
Easier to install?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is it, guys. This is how they drive. And I know you've heard them making that shift a lot of times. Fulton's one of the ones where it's probably more obvious because they come right down the ramp and then you'll hear them shift right about the start-finish line. So that's what they do. And again, when they pull in, that's the part that they didn't explain to me the first time I did it. So I just left it in high, installed out. That's a common rookie mistake, isn't it, Tom?
Yes.
Next, again, to make sure to subscribe, call Rudy Plumbing if you have any plumbing issues, 315-638-RUDY. Whether it's a middle of the night deal, clogged drains or something, they got a thing that'll go in there and blast everything out. So make sure to look for them. Of course, like and subscribe. Thanks again for sharing, Tommy.
You got it. Thanks, Seth.